what are we doing for marketing for next year? This is a time in the year where we are all starting to count our ducks, and we're all trying to see, I wonder how much of our marketing efforts have really paid off this year. And it also lets us indicate that, well, if we haven't really hit our maximum efforts, this is probably where we should start to focus on the next year. In this video, we're going to talk about whether digital ads is a place where you should put attention and some data that's going to support your decision making on that. Stay tuned. So I just wanted to put together a quick commentary for anyone who is right now in a planning phase for next year, 2020's marketing budget. Where do we think a majority of that budget's going to? I wanted to talk a little bit about where digital ad spend is going to be, has taken everyone in 2019, and maybe what that really indicates in terms of what 2020 is going to give us in terms of real data over, buyer behaviors and ad spend behaviors as well, because we have some interesting insights based on an article I found out right now on the HubSpot platform by Amanda Zantel-Weiner. She's a editor with HubSpot marketing platform. It is one of the leading content management platforms in the space, and really, for the first time, companies are going to be spending more on digital ads than they will for those appearing on more traditional formats like TV and print. Guys, we have literally walked into a new era of marketing. I don't know if everyone really realizes that when radio was the dominant way of consuming attention and for companies to promote their products, when TV was going to come about, people thought it was going to fail. People thought that it was a fad technological advancement and that eventually it would fade away. TV took over, and I believe that the attention, people who really just were harboring or marketing that attention on TV took over and won that debate. And now we're seeing that not only challenge, but win. Digital ad spending has literally taken over TV and print, and that includes radio. And so according to new forecasts from eMarketer, U.S. digital ad spend is going to comprise more than half of total U.S. ad spending, which is about $129.34 billion in 2019. And out of that amount, 2/3 will be spent specifically on mobile ads. But here's what's more important. You want to know who the first two dominant players are? This is not going to surprise you. Facebook and Google are the dominant, what they call a duopoly of the digital ad spend, which is largely dominated by those two. But there's a third player, and this is one to pay really close attention to, is Amazon. Amazon not only has gone from 2018, a 4.1% marketplace share in terms of ad spend. They were predicting to be 7% by 2020. And as of now, they have actually surpassed that. They've gone to 8% in 2019, and we haven't finished the year yet. Some of the top 5 companies ranked by U.S. net digital ad revenue share in 2018-2019 was Google at 38%. Before it was 37%, Facebook at 21%, before it was 22%. It has lost ground. And Amazon, is 6.8% so far, 8%, as of 2019. So we are seeing an increase in what's happening in Amazon, but that's not it. And really, why Amazon? Well, Amazon's advertising has become the third largest, and its ad revenue is 5 times the rate as Google's. It's 54% of product searches on the internet take place on Amazon. Think about your experience when you have shopped with Amazon. What all have they collected? They are collecting data on us, right? And the first 3 listings that appear in search results now, which take up like the whole screen above the fold, which if you're in a marketing if you're in marketing, you know what the above the fold is. Your screen size on a desktop is what's called a fold. And anything above that fold before you have to scroll, it's almost all taken up now by ads. So it's really important to note that, ad spend is just as important as organic, right? And Amazon continues to expand its collection methods, in part with its cashierless Go stores. And those Go stores are really incredible. I don't know if you live in a city that has a Go store. Our son lives in San Francisco. We visited there a couple times. And it's one of the test stores that are there in San Francisco. I have yet to go inside the store, but I've driven by it and I've seen the lineup, and people are shopping. And what happens in those stores is that there's a sensor technology that not only reads what shoppers place in their basket, but also measures which products they pick up, that they observe, and they put back. Mimicking what happens in e-commerce is really what's happening in real life. They are now calculating buyer behaviors based on the fact of whether you touch a product, remove it, and read it and look at it. That means you are really interested in that product. Well, they're going to measure that based on your interest. They're going to know how to market that to you, right? Because you have an interest in it. That you were that interested in it. So how do you think online advertisements are going to change? So there was a study done, and they asked about 855 respondents in the UK about how they think online advertising is going to change in the next 5 years. And predominantly, they think that video ads are going to take over text ads completely. But what we want to find out about the data is how much that's actually taken over. Right now, the U.S. Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat revenue share is as follows. For 2018, Facebook has 70%, that's non-video, 29% video. Twitter is 45% non-video, 55% video. Snapchat is the reverse, 40% non-video and 60% video. That shouldn't surprise you because Snapchat is a majority video platform. So what are we saying in this, right? That nearly half of all the respondents indicated that they're most likely will be influenced by the purchase of an ad if it's in video above all other formats. So I'm going to read a quote to you that says, "The steady shift of consumer attention to digital platforms has hit an inflection point with advertisers, forcing them to now turn to digital to seek the incremental gains in reach and revenues," said eMarketer's forecasting director Monica Pert in its most recent report, which, quote, "are disappearing in traditional media advertising," end of quote. Where are you as a business owner and as a marketing practitioner? If you're in the marketing profession, maybe you are marketing a company or you're representing a company or an agency. Where's the attention being bought? Because traditionally it used to be in TV and print and any other formats, but now with the data that's showing, this tells me one thing. If you're not advertising in a digital format, and especially in video format, your competitors are. And that's I think it's a huge indication of where obviously you should be paying attention. And so 2020 is going to be that year that you can look back and you can say, man, I've heard it. I've heard the news. I've heard the indications and the reports and the data that led me to believe that digital ads would be the place to put all the attention. And you don't want to be at the end of the year of next year wondering if you made the right decision or not. But the data supports, especially in digital placement alone, if the majority of your spend is not in digital, I adhere to you to get with a professional, to get with someone, to talk to your marketing team, or if not, find a marketing team that can support your efforts in reaching an audience through digital means, because that is where major players are paying for that attention. Thank you very much for your time. I look forward to the next video, and yeah, and like I said, just make sure that you sign and subscribe. Q&A Solutions has their own YouTube channel, has their own podcast, Facebook channels as well, and look us up on LinkedIn. Would love to connect with you. If you want to connect with me, you can go to OscarQ.com as well. Thanks again.